Recording is on.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
Grand, how are yourself?
Good. Just hanging in. We'll give folks a minute to jump on, and then we can get started.
Hello, everybody.
What's new with you guys?
Oh, I mean, we have a whole slide to talk about it. So I guess we'll.
Cool. All right. Give folks another minute, and then we can get started. Oh, lots of interesting stuff going on.
Hey yo.
Hey, how's it going?
Good. How's it going?
It's going, man. It's another Tuesday.
I hear you. Hey, Battern, are you streaming or am I?
I got it.
Okay. So I'm trying. I don't know that it's working. So okay, cool. If you got it, then I'll let you get it.
All right.
Yeah, Paula will be a second, and she'll be handling the slides. So.
Oh, okay, cool. Right on. Well, let's see here. All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Bat Community Call for Tuesday, August 26th, 2025. Hope you all are doing well. Lots of stuff going on. We've got Jenny's out this week, so I think Pala's filling in, and she'll have the deck when she shows up soon. But yeah, lots of interesting stuff happening. Never a dull moment. Yeah. So we can kick it off in just a moment.
Ooh, interesting stuff. Ooh.
Have you guys seen the video of the ChatGPT, the guy trying to get it to count to 1,000,000, and it keeps like delaying?
Yeah, I saw that one.
Yes, I've seen it.
So good. Oh my god. Hey Paula, how are you?
Hi everyone, good afternoon. Hope you're doing well. Is everyone ready?
Let's go.
Ready when you are.
Okay, perfect. First of all, can you see the screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So hi everyone, welcome back to another Bat Community update. So first, the Bat X Spaces schedule. So for recent events on August 15th, we had the Brave Show, You're the Product, still cool with that. Then the following week, on August 22nd, we did oh my god, I'm so sorry. What if ads actually helped you? Then no, actually this week on Friday, same time, 1 p.m. EST, we will be doing paywalls. Please go away. And it's me on the panel. I think it's Battern as well, and we're still figuring that out. But it's going to be a very very good one. And the next week we're doing on September 5th, we're doing the Brave Show Web3 UX, Fix It or Forget It. So that's very, very interesting. And yeah, just tune in and don't miss it. Okay, so I wanted to add this. So I don't know if Luke, do you want to talk a little bit about this, or yeah, just
Oh
feel free.
yeah, sure. So we had recently had Hester Peirce, the commissioner from SEC, back on the podcast, and that episode went live and is out now. And it was really cool because, yeah, like she had come on the podcast originally. I'm not sure what episode number it was. I think it was like 34 or something like that. I don't know. Someone can. It's not hard to find. But when she first came on, it was back when Gensler was the chairman at the SEC, and it was totally different, landscape then. And now she came on as the after that this year, like with everything going on, and it was kind of cool because now she's leading this crypto task force for the SEC and has been really active in both in voicing like opinions on things like privacy, but also on like getting changes implemented. And I think it's one of those weird things where, like, if you follow along with like anything politics or government related over time, you just kind of set yourself up to like expect for things to go expect for like you don't get your hopes up very much. But this is one of those cool cases where like she was like the biggest voice of dissent publicly when Gensler was doing stuff, and like her dissent positions were like almost like a run book for like how you could do things correctly. And then now she's in this role where like they're actually like making stuff happen, which is kind of cool. It's like a rare thing to see, I think. But anyway, check it out. It's at the brave.com/podcast. It's just right there at the top. Yeah, and if you like it, share it around or whatever. Much appreciated.
Thank you, Luke. Battern, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Hello, everyone. I've got the Bat Ambassadors update for the week. I didn't think I was going to be here, so it's in third person. I've had interviews with 14 potential attaches so far, with 52 more to go from 19 different countries. I've been assisted by Guilherme, Wukash, and Dragon Dave. It's been quite interesting having different people other than Jenny on these calls. I've been inviting the successful ones to the Discord, ready to get their role when we open up on the 6th of September.
Hello, everyone. I've been working with Mr. Pattern for the perks for ambassadors from the season 4, and this is the NFT that was finished yesterday. It will be released on Solana, very similarly to what we did to prior collections. And there's also going to be a t-shirt design that is currently on the works.
Awesome.
I was just in a podcast with Julie. She's one of the content creators that we met in Rare Evo. There we got to talk about the Braves latest that we have been working on, the Bat on Chain rewards and importance of community, and honestly, so much more. I have linked it here, the URL for this conversation, for this podcast, and I'll be trying to attend other podcasts in the upcoming days from all the content creators that we've met in Rare Evo. And overall, like I'm very excited about this because I've been trying to expand the network that we have of KOLs, key opinion leaders or content creators, because like it still baffles me that a lot of people come to us in these conferences and they don't understand what Brave has to do with Web3 or how we are connected to Web3. So to me, this is a very easy way to start promoting these things and start getting more eyes on the things that we're doing, the launches that we're doing, the roadmaps, the little goals that we are achieving within those roadmaps, and promote so much more. Like another crazy thing that I saw in Rare Evo was that there was like a whole new generation of people that were coming into Web3. Like I saw there like families coming with their kids, or even kids bringing in their parents, and it was just like a lot of people that were now starting to understand what Web3 is, and were trying to seek what we were doing within Web3, as well as all the other projects that we're attending. Another like really cool piece of info that Wendy gave to me, Wendy O, you might be familiar. We did a few campaigns with her. She's a content creator. She provided that she's the most like well-performing platform that she currently has is actually Facebook, and that does seem to indicate that within the new regulations that have been happening for and towards crypto, a lot of these older folk are now joining Web3, and this seems like to be a whole new cohort of users that we can start onboarding and directly inform about the things that we've been doing Web3, the new things that we're launching, such as our collaborations with partners like, let's say, Unstoppable Domains. The .brave domain to me is really, really cool. And a lot of other things. Like we have so many different products that we should promote a little bit more. And I think this is a perfect way to doing so. So just attending this podcast is definitely a way of doing such. And plus, they're very fun and easy to do. So I'll try to get in as many as I potentially can. Thank you, everyone. That's Guillermo for the week. Guillermo way.
All right, everyone. Yeah, I finally got the Pelican actually made. It's really cool. Yeah, it's making on Decentraland a lot more fun. But yeah, and also an actual serious related thing, I'm going to be speaking at the Decentraland Art Week in a couple of weeks, I think,
Mm.
which is going to be fun. I had to sign an KYC thing, so it's going to be serious business.
Where can people tune into that? Is it in like a land in Decentraland, or is it like how does that work?
I assume it's going to be in Decentraland somewhere and probably streamed as well. So you don't have to
Nice.
sign in.
Awesome.
I'll let everyone know when I've got more details, and I literally forgot about it till that moment.
It's awesome, man.
Yeah, and we've got a community space pre NFT season kickoff with OG and new school NFT communities uniting to spotlight what's cool. So we've got Decentraland is going to be there, Abstract Hot Dogs, Top Flight Football, and Hashback App, and GMA and Stan, and yeah, a bunch of other people. It should be fun.
Yeah. Well, hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever God finds you today. I can't believe Guillermo said Guillermo away, and we didn't clown him for that, but it's okay. We're a good community. Yes. So this week I'm finally like officially announcing the BAT USDC traders airdrop on BerryDex. If you notice, I'm calling it the traders airdrop as opposed to like a trading competition because nobody likes to do competitions anymore. They're kind of dead. But I figure since like the point is not to like generate like revenue or anything like that. It's just to incentivize people. It's like actually test the platform out. I figured we'll just do like a very basic airdrop for people who actually trade the pair on BerryDex. So the rules are very simple. Starting on like the 1st of next month and lasting like for for like a week till the 8th. And it's kind of like set up this way, so I get to announce the winners on like the community call on the 9th. But yeah, from the 1st to the 8th, pretty much just trade any amount over $100 of this pair on BerryDex, and proportional to how much ever like of the total volume was generated, we'll do like an airdrop. I'll literally just like like pull out the addresses that did the most volume or whatever, and just kind of say how much it is that they won, and then we'll follow up from there. So yeah, it's like I've been trying to get the community to give this platform a look, as something that I've been working on for like many years now. So I figured I'll start with this, and then we'll see how it goes. If it goes well, we'll maybe turn it into like a regular thing, as part of like the rewards partner program.
Is that like that on Solana or ETH, or does it matter? Because I know you got multi-platform or multi-chain stuff going on,
Yeah,
right?
right. Thank you. Actually, that's a very good question. This is specifically BAT on Solana. So while we do have a BAT ETH, the BAT Sol pair that you can, you know, sort of like, bridge without, without like, bridging. The like the airdrop is specifically for the BAT on Solana USDC traders. There's no BAT on ETH USDC pair, just because, particularly like my interest is to incentivize people who would, as we've launched uh, on-chain uh, on-chain rewards, people will be, getting their bath on Solana. So I figured if I can incentivize the community, maybe over time people will use Berry as their, like, preferred method of trading their rewards. Next slide, please. Right. So just quickly, you know, if you've never heard about BerryDex, if I have not bored you enough with this topic over and over again, just do a quick Google search. Unfortunately, I'm using Google for this example because we're not ranked on Brave Search yet. Yet, Luke, don't fire me. Yet.
He
um,
really said do a Google search at a bad community show, bro.
Look, I knew this was gonna come up. We literally don't
This
rank.
is like when I'm in this is like when I'm in meetings with some of my Canadian colleagues, and I joke about them becoming the 51st state or something, and they all just like throw daggers at me over the phone.
We literally don't rank on Brave Search. Like if you look up Barry Dex, nothing shows up. But it's a time thing. This just happened yesterday. We got syndicated. We got syndicated through Phantom, because the we got listed on Phantom, and that got syndicated throughout the whole ecosystem. So that's why I'm using Google. It's not because I use Google. As you can see, there's no like there's no like purple one, because I've never clicked on any of these before. But yeah,
You guys are third on mine. I'm looking at it right now. So maybe people are querying. That's awesome. I think you guys are ranked third on the if I look for Barry Dex, but everybody should query it, then it'll get indexed.
thank you very much. Everybody should query Barry Dex on Brave Search, so I don't have to use Google as an example. I literally on the last week's like space that we did, I had this thing where I kept referring to Brave Search over and over again because it was the topic. But anyway, but yeah, you can look, watch a YouTube video and see how to use the platform if you feel like it, but you don't really have to. It's pretty simple. Or you can follow on Twitter at BarryOrg. Thank you very much. Don't steal me.
Really quick, Godson, like how is stuff going with Barry Dex? Like, I know you guys are one of our partners in the program too. Like, so I'm just kind of curious. It looks like from what I'm seeing on X that stuff's going pretty well. But I'm just curious, like, how's things going post launch there?
Oh yeah, it's doing pretty well. We're it's growing. At this stage where the metric for success is not really like trading volume or anything like that, just because we're not at that stage yet. We're still building out a lot of the tech. So it's stuff like the syndication that happened yesterday, where we now you can like the search shows up that you can find us on like Coinbase Swap and Phantom and Crypto.com and all these places. It's very nice. The the um the capital inflow. I'm trying to find a good way to say we're raising money. The capital inflow has been pretty good too as well.
Nice,
Um,
man.
yeah, we launched a swaps platform last week, so now we have an order book platform and a swaps platform as well. And by tomorrow, we'll probably do something major on a more popular decentralized exchange that starts with Hyper and ends with Liquid.
Ah,
And then yeah, we'll do some more stuff on that platform too. So it's been going pretty well. But there's a point where you like build stuff, and then there's a point where actually get people to like try it out and
oh yeah, no,
grow the
no.
ecosystem. So
That's why I was super curious because, like, we've been following along, since before the launch and then the launch, and and I know that, like, as a partner on this stuff, people they're asking me how things are going. I think it's cool, man. Like, and love that Bat supported there too, and that you guys are doing like things like the airdrop and stuff like that. I think it's really cool. So much appreciated, my man.
yeah, thank you. And this is like the first time we're trying it. If it works out, like I would like to turn it into like a more regular thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, just try to grow the ecosystem, just kind of meld the ecosystems. It'll be my dream. But yeah,
Nice.
that's my that's me for this week. Godson away.
Wow. I don't even know what to say to that. I'm laughing too hard. Okay, so a couple things. A couple days ago, I guess there was iOS 0 day issue that Apple patched. So if you're on iOS, you may want to update your software there, your systems to, because I guess it was a 0 day that targeted crypto wallets and things like that. Yeah, we asked Kyle. I don't think, is Kyle here? If he is, he can um, obviously share more on this. But if not, you know, he said he did recommend updating your iPad and iOS, devices, just to be safe. For that, just wanted everybody to be aware of that. And then, we got a new all-time high on bat. Let's locked in the Bat Cave. Ernie Guano. It's like 335,000.56 or something like that. So that's a new ATH there. And then I think I was looking at it between the between let's see, the locked bat, the bat that's being used in the locked liquidity pool, and then bat and guano liquidity is like 28% of all the bat that's on Solana right now that's being utilized, through guano somehow. So it's pretty cool to see the community coming together on that still. And then everybody's kind of been here and there and off for vacations and summer stuff and whatnot. So we're all kind of getting back and into the swing of things with school, kids in school and whatnot. So back at it. Got a lot of partnerships and stuff going on and coming up, and super excited to talk more about that here real soon. We got a lot of things in the hopper. So looking forward to that. That's all I got. Drew away.
Thank you, Drew. Okay, so now for additional updates, I'm very happy to announce that our Notion is back. So that means the written summaries for the Bat Community Call will be published this week. Same link for the website, but since we know that it's been a while, so I'll make a post on X as soon as I publish the first one. And also more translations in Hindi will become available this week as well. Thanks, of course, to the Dave for the translations. And also the recording from last week's Bat Community Call is available on Bat Community's YouTube channel as well. So, if you miss a call, you can always check the recordings there. And the YouTube link for each recording is also attached to the Notion, to every single, like the weekly summaries, I mean. But yeah, then for Crypto Latin Fest, Jenny and I worked together on a new and updated deck for ambassadors that can be used for presentations and meetups. But since it was specifically for the event, it's currently in Spanish, but the English version will become available um, and very soon, and we will share that with the ambassadors so they can work on the translations and for each language on the program. So yeah, we'll keep you posted. And now my main update of the week, it's Crypto Latin Fest. A couple of weeks ago, I shared the push notifications campaign that we run for them, but we also did a new top takeover in LATAM, specifically for Colombia, Mexico, Chile, and a few other countries as well, but I don't remember right now. But yeah, I wanted to share what it looked like. And of course, I want to give a huge shout out to Cheryl for assisting us with this and setting it up. Thank you so much. Okay, now my favorite update for this week, the event overall, and some highlights that I wanted to share with you. And well, first of all, overall, the event was a total success. The booth was so full, like 90% of the time, and we were like 4 people representing Brave there at the booth. So we were able to cover every question, every comment, and just chat with the attendees about, like our work, our focus at the event, and just, general stuff, because they were like very, very curious about everything. And we, one thing, I forgot the expression about this. Sorry, but yeah,
Okay.
everyone loved Brave. Like seriously, we didn't get a single negative comment or feedback, which is it's insane. It was so. They just love it. They love the interface, and we were able to onboard people to Web3 because of rewards and the wallet. But yeah, like we focused on content creation, like the highlights content creation. I'm going to post a lot of photos, and I'm working on different videos. I'm going to work on a video like about the event, like different clips about everything in this, like special moments. And yeah, so that, I think that's going to be the first one. And then we also did a lot of interviews. Like that was the dynamic that we did with the hats and some bottles that we got. So the dynamic basically was that they needed to come in front of the camera and say like the best, like their favorite things about Brave, or maybe share their experience and things like that, what they wanted to share. And they were able to receive a bottle, I'm sorry, or a hat. And so we got a lot of interviews. Like people weren't like shy at all. They really wanted the merch. So yeah, I'm going to post that as well. And well, some of us got interviewed as well from by different by other projects that were sponsoring the event as well. But yeah,
Is that you on stage in that picture on the bottom?
No, that's Wilfredo, and that, I don't know who that is, but I think she's just an organizer from
Oh,
the
cool.
event. Yeah, but that's Wilfredo. He was our he's the ambassador from Colombia, and he
Oh
was.
yeah, Wilfredo's OG. He's
I,
been around.
Oh my
I
god!
just got to
Yeah.
interrupt to say, like, Luke was like, "Is that you on the stage?" And like, no, that's Wilfredo. I don't
Well,
think
there's
that's
like
really
2 people. I was like, it was gonna give a shout for getting up there. I thought it was cool, but yeah, like yeah, obviously,
I'm so sorry.
yeah, no,
No, how dare you? No, but yeah, that's of course Wilfredo and the other girl. Yeah, like probably an organizer from the event. But yeah, actually, now that you mention it, the presentation was also very, very cool. He had like, I believe it was like 20-25 minutes, and he got also a bunch of questions, but most of the questions were addressed at the booth, because of course we had a lot of questions about like everything. Sorry, I
Nice.
just got a message from Guillermo, and I'm still laughing. Okay, but yeah, I was talking about the merch.
Oh yeah, just really quick too. Like, we're if there was there like a you go to these conferences sometimes and they've got, a lot of like themes or there's a certain topic or a
Mhm.
certain thing that's like most popular. What do you think like was getting the most attention, at Crypto Latin Fest? Was it around like stablecoin stuff or DeFi or just general stuff from what you saw?
So first, the main things were, the bad ecosystem, the rewards ecosystem, how we show ads, but we blog ads as well. So that's like the main question we get, because sometimes they don't fully understand how how Brave's ecosystem work. So I think that was the main question. And then the wallet, like the
Oh yeah,
integration.
no, I mean, like more generally, like outside of Brave, like
Oh, got it, got it.
because well, I know what it's like up here at in the U.S. A lot of like what the theme is, or a lot of what people are excited about. But I have a feeling that people might be curious, like what they're, what the folks in Latin America are like, really excited about.
No, they were excited about everything. I mean, it was a like it was a Web3 and crypto conference, but
Mhm.
it was very interesting because they got a lot of attendees that were just curious and wanted to learn about Web3. So they didn't
Nice.
know like anything. They were just curious and enthusiastic about about everything. But no, it was like it was about DeFi, it was technology, it was AI, it was about everything. But yeah, they were very, very interested on, of course, on crypto. But the attendees that didn't know anything or just had like small knowledge about crypto, they just wanted to learn. They just wanted to, and they actually came to the booth to ask about DeFi and about how Brave has this integrated, and how we onboard these users to Web3. I think that's a hand. I
Yeah,
don't know if
Godson's got a hand up.
oh, it's Godson. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask, why is it spelled like that?
Why is this what? Sorry?
Why is it spelled like that with an I instead of a Y, like it's usually spelled? Like, why is it
It's
crypto with an
Spanish.
I?
It's
Oh
Spanish,
yeah,
man.
it's in Spanish. That's how
Drew,
we
don't
call
act
it
like
in
you know.
Spanish, Godson. Come on.
Yeah,
But
well,
you
it's
don't
a
know.
No,
name,
but
You,
no.
no. But
you don't
that's
know
actually true.
Latino when you see it, bro.
My bad. I'm not from Texas, so I don't know.
No, but that's actually a very good. It's not a bad question because the rest of the title is in English, so it makes sense that the crypto part was in English as well. So I understand what you mean.
No, like I actually changed it before, and then I noticed in that same picture, it's spelled with an I down there, and I'm like, wait a minute, it is an I instead, and then I put it back. So he would have been shocked to read you showed up and it's spelled like with a Y. My bad though.
Cool.
Okay, so do you have more questions? I can just
Do,
the rest of the
do you have a legitimate question or not, Gods?
a good question, please. No, just kidding, just kidding. No, yeah. So okay, well, of course, we did a lot of networking with a bunch of projects. I'm going to reach out with them. They want to collaborate with us, but that's something we definitely need to discuss. And well, we got a QR code, a download QR code, so we definitely need to check how many downloads we got, because I mean, like I said, like 90% of people, 90% of the attendees um, used Brave, but we got some downloads. So yeah, I'm definitely going to check that one. And I'm going to share that probably next week. But yeah, like I think I covered like pretty much what the event was, um, and what we did. But yeah, like overall, it was a great event. Like the organizers did amazing, and it was like, well, we are known in Latin America as well, like it's known for being very welcoming, and that really, I really felt that, like everyone was so welcoming. And Colombia is a great country, and people there are so, like, they love to party, they love to they love music and all that. So it was, we really felt that, like it was definitely a festival. um, but yeah, like I said, I'm going to share more photos and more videos. Um, And yeah, I really hope that I can get the interviews they made about us very soon. And I'm going to share more photos just so you can see. These are just like, this is not even like 5% of the photos I take, but these were like my favorites for to share on here in the back community call. But
Is that you on the bottom left? Or is that
um,
right now?
the
Just
one
kidding.
holding the
Just
stickers,
kidding. I'm just
even the one holding the stickers, yeah, that's me.
right,
No,
right. I
no,
know
yeah,
who you are.
I hope so. But yeah, so the first picture on the left is the entire team that helped us at the event. Wilfredo met he met some people that, well, he's worked with them in the past for other events. So this was the entire team, and yeah, they were so nice. Shout out to them for all the help there, and they were so enthusiastic as well about Brave. And know, I mean, they knew the project since it started. And but yeah, so some pictures, but I'm going to post more. But yeah, it was a great event. Again, it was a great opportunity for us to connect. And oh, very important, a lot of people just came to the booth to say, I love your project. Thanks for everything you're doing. You're doing great. You're creating a big impact for a lot of people. And yeah, they just wanted to thank us for everything we're doing. So yeah, I just wanted to share that with you.
Did you?
But yeah,
That's awesome. And did you hear much about privacy, like from people at all, or was it mostly about just Web3 stuff in general? Just kind of curious.
no, definitely privacy as well. A lot of people, we had a lot of people from working on cybersecurity as well, and they were asking a bunch of questions about security and privacy and all that. And no, yeah, it was definitely one of the biggest, the main questions as well.
Cool.
We had a lot of questions. I can't remember like I can't
No,
remember.
it's great. It's great to just hear. It sounds like there were like a lot of new people to the space that were just kind of learning, about everything, which is always a cool thing to hear too, because if it's the same old people at all these things, it's not really moving things forward very much. So even if it's general, like that's great, because it's a good sign that there's more adoption and all that. And yeah, hearing about the privacy stuff's cool too.
No, absolutely. And that's why I loved, because we got the opportunity to introduce people to, privacy and being like more conscious about this, because some people don't even know, like some people came to ask about, the difference between a browser like Chrome, for example. So we got the opportunity to introduce that to them and talk to them about, the disadvantages and how this really affects us as users. And so this was a very great opportunity to talk about that as well.
That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, because it's one of those things too where we've got this awesome ability now by having Zcash like integrated in the browser like wallet too, where and more like the shielded stuff's landing there, and I know that we're still working on that on iOS, but on Android, like we have a lot of users on Android in South America, Latin America, etc. And it's just so cool to have like Zcash in there. And the other thing too, what I'd love to do, we're gonna have this. We'll have a more deeper dive into this like in the weeks ahead. But we've actually been doing some user research with the Zcash community too on the integration and just getting like, I think we got something like five people from the Zcash community who hadn't used Brave before, had them on board and kind of give us their feedback on the experience and all that. And then we did the same thing from our side, where we had people that hadn't transacted with Zcash before that were Brave or BAT users that ran through it too. And so I know that Jenny and team are working on getting the final studies for that done on our side. But when we're done, I think we'll do like a wrap up here and review and kind of go over what people were finding out and like bring that to the community too, because I think it's one of those things where we did this with Zcash community, but we when we were at Rare Evo, I think and Drew, like I'll toss this to you too, because I know you were the one at the booth fielding this too, but we started having like the Cardano community coming up to us and asking us to do user studies or making people available or whatever. And I think it's like a really great way, like with our community and our position at Brave, to like, you know, dig in with these communities that we're integrating with. Yeah, Drew, you got a question?
Oh, yeah. No, on that point. Yeah, the Max, the head of product at Cardano, wanted to do some of that with both communities to kind of go through that integration with Cardano, kind of same ideas as Zcash thing. And also was just going to say, to kind of echo what Paulo was saying about if you've never been to a conference with Brave or with the Brave booth, or if you ever get a chance, I would recommend you go, because it is pretty cool to see how many people just love Brave, and kind of go out of the way to stop and say thank you to the Brave team for just building a great browser with privacy and bringing on people into the Web3. So it's a super cool experience. If you ever get to do it, I'd say go for it if you get the chance.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Drew, for those kind words. It's definitely very nice to connect with people and connect with users, because you feel like more closer to them, and that's exactly what we wanted. It's very important to that's why we are very focused on the community. And they, like, for example, on this event, they were like, oh my god, what are you doing here? Like, what's the focus?
We had people tell us that same thing at Rare Evo too. It was funny to hear it. Yeah. Like why is Brave at a Web3 thing? We're like, oh, I don't know, man. Like, we've had it integrated since before Web3 was a Web3 thing.
That's exactly why we need to be at this, be present at these conferences.
Oh, we've got to be even more annoying, I think, with this stuff. I can already hear
for
people's
sure.
ulcers barking up internally, but it's great. Let's let them burn,
Yeah. We start pinging the hell out of people.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's one of those things where, like, we're seeing lots of stuff, like, around. I mean, like, looking at what is happening with privacy and Web3, and whether it's Tornado Cash stuff or whatever. I mean, like, this ability to use private transactions in Brave is like super special, and I think that it's something that we need to. I want us to like make the feature better and better. And in order for us to do that, we've got to get more and more people testing us, and we need to make sure that we're like, taking feedback from everybody. And the thing that's been challenging for us, and I'm saying this like having been here for a long time working on growth and retention and stuff, like there's something about the wallet, especially in Brave, where like other features we hear from people on all the time, but like there's something about the wallet. I think it's because it's financial in nature, like that people tend to be a little bit more reserved about giving feedback because they don't want to expose stuff, and or their OPSEC is like guard is up or whatever. But these are things where like we got to get more active on studies and getting more feedback and stuff. So if anybody's interested in participating in any studies too, like my DMs on Twitter are open. Like hit me up there. I'd love to like include you guys in, or like we could even do like separate calls where we just kind of like jam on user feedback, user research, and stuff like that. Cool. Sorry, Paula, I totally hijacked the time there. My bad.
No, don't worry about it. Thank you so much for adding that. Thank you. And I think that's all from us this week. Thank you so much.
Cool. Yeah, and I think one other bit before I sound like a total shill for Zcash, but we're kind of excited about this stuff. Is one, like we've been doing a big push on adding more new tab takeover days and running more creative on it and stuff like that too. So yeah, again, if you're interested in doing some testing, like hit me up on X, and also. Feel free to like let other folks know too on socials about it and whatnot. So let's see. Oh, Pal, you were gonna. Oh, you forgot. Okay, got it. So we have two hands up. I think Cripple Resistance was first. So why don't we start with you? How's it going, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing all right. It's Tuesday.
I think what I'm going to talk about. I think you have an idea. My questions are about AWS. Could you tell me a little bit more about that? And are you at all worried about AWS and about how they cancel companies
Oh, I see.
in the past?
Yeah, no. Okay, I can answer this in a couple of different ways. I think first off, like we've been using AWS services for a while on different things. When we use the services, stuff's disclosed in our policies around how things are being used, but also like we often work with vendors or whoever on hardening the integration on that. We're not worried about working with them. Like it's one of those things where we're a bigger user base now, and they also have an interest in doing things like that are have better privacy tech involved too. So it might sound kind of weird saying that, but it's a truth. I think one thing that's becoming more and more brought up, especially as the AI stuff picks up speed, is like there are a lot of like legitimate concerns around having weak privacy with AI and with with infrastructure and things like that, and so like I think that we've had a good relationship with the team over there. They just added Brave Search API to some of their AI stuff with Bedrock, and making our index available for AI people developing with AI within the Amazon ecosystem, etc. But I think like we're not really worried about like them hurting us or shutting things down or whatever. And like all of our stuff's kind of built with the first principle of like not collecting data in the first place, so like there's not anything for people to get. But I think it's a good question, and it's also like if you're looking for infrastructure and things like this, there's a small group of folks that provide services that are reliable enough to where people can use them at scale, and Amazon's one of them. And the weird thing is that even if you want to go with another vendor or something like that, what you end up finding out is like a lot of them they're using AWS like anyway or another service. And I think looking at how some of the other services are, like some of them are definitely worse or better than others. Yeah.
Does Brave have any contingencies?
I mean, there's always contingencies, right? Like, it's something we could think about, and surprisingly too, like one of those things where when you start to work with vendors, some of them will even ask you like those same questions because they want to make sure that you're planning for the worst, right? And I would say, like there's always like a plan B or C with this stuff, and you kind of have to have that in these days, especially. So,
Thank you. Thank you.
Wasn't there? I think I saw recently too, like on X, that Brave was listed as like a preferred partner or something like with Amazon. Was it Search API stuff? Or
it was
do you know
Search
what that
API,
was?
so it
Yeah,
was
is that
with
what you're talking about?
So AWS has this service called Bedrock that they're using for AI building and infrastructure, and it's almost like a marketplace of different things. So like if you're building things on AI or with AI, you might need real-time indexed results, right? To kind of augment or train or whatever, right? Like, and so they've been working with us, like they've been using the index for a while, and they wanted to integrate it into their it's kind of like a marketplace around that. So Brave was added there, and there aren't a lot of folks that are like offering what we're offering through the index, and you get into this weird gray zone where there are vendors that are, I mean, some of them it's like you go to their site and they have APIs specifically around scraping Google and stuff, where it's kind of like sketch or whatever, but they're just like selling it as service. And so we're actually like like legit, like good first principled index. There aren't a lot of independent ones out there, so like Amazon liked the quality of what we're doing. They added us in there, which was super cool to see, because I mean, it's validating. But I think like the thing that's missing from a lot of this discussion out there is that like we're the one, like when we're building the index, we're building it with privacy as like a first order priority, right? Like, so there's not really a lot of, I think this is something that'll become more and more important as more and more people realize like some of the risks of having crappy privacy, like, policies and first principles. But it's always good to start with the best, and it's validating to see that the quality is there enough for them to add us to the place. And obviously, like for the API business side of things, like it's great to be included there too. Cool. So let's see here, Baz, you had a question.
Yeah, so sorry I missed last week, completely spaced about,
Don't worry, man.
but I'm sure a lot of this stuff was kind of top down, probably covered to some degree. But with the rollout of on-chain rewards on Solana, we were noticing like some friction and like a lot of people coming in asking questions because I guess they just didn't understand like being based Solana, some Solana dust to get the account started. Obviously, I'm sure you are aware that that's a point of friction or could be hard for people who aren't in the crypto if this is their first exposure to it. But is that mainly just like being done as almost like a way to filter out potential fraud, or is that kind of like the thought process behind that?
A couple things around it. Like one, like we tested it out too, like basically like subsidizing account creation, right? Like for new users with, how we did like all these phased rollouts, right? Where people got invites and that. And so part of it was like looking and seeing what happened there. And then also kind of like when we roll this out to everybody too, just seeing like, okay, let's assume, what does it look like in a scenario where we have like XY percentage of people doing it? And so like some of the concern was around like, okay, well, like some of these costs might like, get crazy if things like really take off. The other stuff too, I mean, like if you want to do anything on chain, you kind of have to have Solana too, like in your wallet to do transactions. So there's that part of it too. And also like there's some complexity around, like we were looking at stuff like, can we make it so, could you even do something like reward and swap a little bit to give people some dust too, or something like. And these things were like, they're cool and I like them, and we're not saying we're never going to do anything like that. I think that for the first big rollout, like that was part of it's just like, let's just get it out there, like in the most basic form. And also I think like, we can experiment with ways that we can do this over time, but like also we can't necessarily solve the cold start problem for the entire internet on the first whack either. You know what I mean? Like, so part of it's like, let's get it out there and then kind of iterate towards, removing the friction as we go, but like not have like perfect be the enemy of good kind of thing.
I gotcha. Yeah. And I probably should have added a caveat. Definitely not expecting y'all to.
Oh, no. I do, trust me, like in an ideal world, right? Like there'd be no like seed phrase step on onboarding the wallet or any need to like preload anything, right? Like it should just work, or we should do something clever, like, seed enough of the rewards there to like cover a couple of transactions.
Yeah, cool.
I think that's stuff we can try out, right? Like, and one of the cool things that we've been able to do, like, or the team's built in, is this ability to do like some A/B testing and stuff like that, like within different channels. And I think this is something we can do too down the road, is like try some of these different things out and see like how well they work. But I think also we realized that like we had been phasing it out, like it had been rolling out for like a year in these batches, and there were a lot of people that still weren't getting invites, and so a lot of it was like, let's just get it out there, like and then kind of work up from there.
Yeah, because I mean, I get that. I mean, I kind of assume, it also kind of helps with preventing bots and stuff like that from trying to, swarm it.
Yeah, there's some like rent attacks and stuff that like the security team was talking about too, where I was like, damn, I didn't even think about this, like how you can, do certain types of things anyway, but that's always a part of the thinking too. It's a valid point too.
Is that kind of also a little bit along the mindset of like not doing like push notifications for everyone. Like that way it's kind of like, hey, we're not necessarily making our first iteration every single 90 plus million users first impression. Like, while we maybe work on refining, is that kind of the thought process?
I
with some
wish
of
I
that
could
too?
say I wish I could say that, but I think to be more honest, it's more of a sales problem than than us being like that thoughtful about it. Like, there's like
I
we're
was big
seeing.
braining it, I guess.
Well, I mean, like, I wish I could say that was it, because that would make my it would be a nicer answer. but no, I mean, like, I'm not going to BS with you guys either on this. I think too. There's things are picking up on that front too. Like, we're even seeing more and more retail type advertisers coming on, which is good. And I think that this also got a lot of attention. I think when we did the tweet about the on-chain stuff, it got some of the best numbers of any of the tweets we've done in the past several months. So it was cool to see that feedback and pick up around, because I think people had forgotten about it too. So these things are helpful for all this stuff, but yeah, like I wish I could say it was something more clever than what I think it is, which is probably more of a sales problem.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
And not sales, and not that it's not sellable sales, and like not enough salespeople, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, because I mean, I know some regions definitely don't have a lot of campaigns, but I think it's understood it's going to take a little bit.
Yeah, well, and we even have the ability for self-service too, right? And a lot of the self-serve campaigns that come in are like US only, or like we've actually been getting an uptick in some that are like hitting up, Mexico and South America and stuff, and which is cool to see. And that reminds me, I got to double check and see if the ones that we saw coming in might have been people that were at Crypto Latin Fest, because it might have been something from there. But reminder to check on that. But yeah, no, I think this stuff will all pick up over time too, and we're doing some cool stuff too with the offer wall too, where it'll more customization and things like that, which will lead to some bigger buys too. Like, we're actually doing a bit of alpha like here too. So I think next week, in some form or fashion, we might have Angel on, who's helping us with the Brave games that are coming, and we're gonna kind of give a little bit of background on that too. So be sure to come on next week. I think it'd be cool to have Dragon Dave and a couple other folks that are doing stuff in gaming related things, like with the community, on for that one, because I think there's gonna be some interesting stuff there that people would like to hear about. Yeah, we can see in how that goes next week too. Guillermo, you got a hand up. What's up, my man?
Hello. So usually when talking about privacy and Web3, a lot of people don't understand fully Zcash, or are just not as a fan of Zcash, because the main default one has been Monero for the longest of times. Usually when I see these questions, I'd rather just explain what Zcash is and what it actually means for this Brave integration. However, I gotta ask: is there any plans to integrate in the future Monero, or is there like illegal issues regarding it?
Yeah, so their legal stuff isn't necessarily blocking on that. I think it's more around one, like the team's super resource constraint. Like, we've got so they're doing just landed part of the Cardano integration. The Zcash one still has to do shielded on iOS, and we've got Cardano DApp support, a couple other things, and then we've got Polkadot coming too, and we've got a lot of stuff kind of in the hopper. So a lot of it comes down to resources, and also kind of getting a deal together on that. And before we even get to regular what, I think it'd be great. Like, we would love to integrate everything. And I'd love to have a lot of private, crypto options in there, obviously. But, a lot of it's just been kind of down to we heard from Zcash first, and got a lot of interest around doing that, and did the deal with them. And the community's been fantastic too. I think that's the other part that's been great. Like, we go put a call to action out, like on anything Zcash related, and not only do I get a bunch of DMs from people, but the responses we get in public are great. Like, there's just a lot of good vibes between both, whether it's and we've had like, Josh has been on a podcast, and Zuko has been out there. Like we've all been kind of working like on this stuff together. And there's like a lot of shared alignment on like getting stuff, working well together. So I don't know. Part of that's been there too, and maybe down the line with Monero, I wouldn't rule it out. But right now, like we're working on what we're working on, and kind of like getting this out there with Zcash is awesome. Like too, because they've got this transparent and shielded options, and like at the same time this rolls out, like you're starting to see cool things with like near intents where you can actually like start to bridge things over and stuff. And so there's lots of interesting things happening on both sides. But for us too, it's like it's really cool to have the ability to like transact privately in the browser with this stuff. So we're going to give it a lot of attention. People might not be fans of it, but also like we have to think beyond the tribal bubbles of like the crypto native space. Like the headline is not like, well, this flavor of privacy coin versus whatever. It's much more of like, look, like you got private browsing, private search, private AI. Now you got like private transactions. Like, it's such a huge ability to deliver that to people. And I feel like we could be doing more to put the word out on that, and we should. But I also feel like too, like the integration can be a lot better. Like we can get the usability, like improvements there too. And if we do that here, like anything we integrate is going to be better. We learn from those things, like user studies. Like you do it for one thing, you're going to take away 5 things that are applicable to everything, right? So like, anyway, so more to come like on this stuff. And I think like there's a lot of room to run still, but it's just going to be a matter of like, what do we have the resources for, and like not holding back on what we do have, right? And being louder about it. Yeah. So I hope that helps.
It does. I just want to add that I really like the interviews and the program that we're running for Zcash. Me and Jenny like had the opportunity to also play around a little bit with it, and there's like a few things that we noticed right away. And we're thinking from the point of view of someone who is just getting into crypto, and if he wants to transact with crypto, wants to do it in a privately manner. So it's also like this is the right way to also not just go for the old savvy crypto users, but also new people that are onboarding that want to transact with privacy in mind.
Exactly. Like there's a lot of stuff where like I ran through it a couple months ago, like really deep, because there were some stuff that we needed to fix. And I was like, whoa, wait. Like these 3 things here, like this one thing was totally unexpected. And it's like, everyone's like, oh, it's a better privacy thing. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like if I don't know, like if my address changes on me, like when I don't expect it to.
Oh, we had the exact same issue. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I think that's cool. Like if there's a privacy win there, but I also think like every other address I have is the address that I have. And that's what I expect, right? Like in my mailing address is what I expect it to be too. And if I want to do a shielded transaction, I can get the benefits of that, like with whatever you want to do, to obfuscate there. So there's lots of stuff where it's like, okay, we have like privacy and security big brains, like building this stuff in, but also like we need to work with users a lot more on like getting feedback, especially ones that are new to like doing private transactions, because we need to make sure that like, even though we think something's clever, like that doesn't necessarily mean like that it's good. Like I think it needs to be like usable, like as a first principle, right? And so it's always a balance, right? But there's tons of room to improve, and I think we should do more like with every community that we've got integrated, but also like especially like with this one with Zcash, because it's such a like cool thing to have enabled. Like everywhere I go now too, more and more stuff is just becoming like no more cash and all that crap. And like what happens when that happens? When that happens, everything is like, doxed, and that sucks. So like we need to have the best like private transaction wallet in the planet, and it needs to be shipped with every Brave browser, which that part already is. All the things that we have to solve are the easier things, like the good problems to have. And so, yeah, like it's a great question. And I think let's just keep going onward. But anyway, yeah, we're 3 minutes over. So I want to say thank you to everybody. I see Zero Darts here from the Zcash side too, so thanks for dropping by. And we'll be back 1 week from today, same bat time, same bat channel. Till then, see you all online and have a great week.
Bye, you guys.
Bye, everyone. Take care.